ladies and gentlebutts, Losey is back with the first installment of Knockoff Turbulence, a series where I will review some movies from Good Times Entertainment. In today's installment, I'm here to review Beauty and the Beast. The story was originally written by a French novelist named Gabrielle Suzanne Barbot de Villeneuve in 1740. And everyone knows the Disney version that came out in 1991, which is based on the Beaumont version from 1756 while also borrowing ideas from the 1946 film of the same name. At that time, Disney is under something called the Renaissance because they would release a hit after hit after hit. And it ran from 1989 with The Little Mermaid until 1999 with Tarzan. Disney's Beauty and the Beast was groundbreaking and phenomenal because of the breathtaking animation, emotional voice acting, and compelling storytelling. The musicals are great, but I find it annoying that the song would begin every 5 minutes. The song Human Again is the worst one. It's very unnecessary to add in the 2002 re-release, and I see it as just blatant filler. But overall, this film has been part of my childhood, along with Aladdin and Mulan. Until we got the live-action adaptations in 2017, 2019, and 2020 respectively. I used to have the VHS tape of the Disney film, but then the tape got screwed. That movement happened when Belle was trying to convince the people in the village that the Beast is more than he looks. I was only 3 or 4 back then, and I can't believe I still remember that. But what if I were to tell you I seen a bootleg film of the story? I'm going to briefly explain the history of Good Times Entertainment, not only to give you all the lore of the creation of this movie, and several others I'm planning to review, but to educate you all on the backstory of this company. We'll start on the year 1984, when it was founded by the Kira brothers. They used to distribute workout videos at a low price, including copies of public domain titles. Eventually, in the 90s, they collaborated with Jetlag Productions and Golden Films, which they spawned movies from Dollar General. And I'm surprised Dollar General themselves didn't make this shit. This got into some trouble with Disney when they were accused of confusing the consumers based on the videotape packagings looking similar. Because of the lawsuit, Good Times put their names in every packaging so poor old grandma won't get confused. Eventually, in 2005, they filed for bankruptcy and have been sold to Gaia. Let me tell you one small story. I was in a Walmart in a cold night as a child. My mother showed me 2 DVD boxes, and both of them are from Good Times Entertainment. In each box, it contained 2 movies. One is Pinocchio and the Jungle Book, whereas the other one shows The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Snow White. As a matter of fact, I've seen all of them. As previously mentioned, I'm planning on reviewing 10 more Jetlag movies, which begs the question, is Beauty and the Beast of 1992 gonna bring me a good time as promised? Let's see. Well, looks like the movie starts with the 2 already dancing with their own music, but kept the fine notes from the Disney film.
And I can see the beauty and the beast.
This scene spoiled the whole thing. Looks like I'm gonna end this review with nothing. Alright, bye-bye!
You'd never think to look at him.
Never mind. The film begins with this Barbie seeing her sisters who for some reason are evil.
Oh, hello, sisters. How are you?
Apparently better than you, Beauty.
Yep, that's her name. I know Belle means beauty in French, but hey, it's a good name for her, even though in France it's probably an ordinary name for some. Meanwhile, we get to see Beauty's father having a speech impediment as he's having financial issues while his sons were reassuring him he trusted the wrong people.
I hired them all myself. They're very, very good men. They're thieves, Father. There's nothing left. They've stolen all our money and run off.
So the family doesn't have enough money to pay back the creditors, so they had to move into a smaller house in the meantime. Later, Beauty is skipping in this field with a stale face to give her father and brothers lunch until this guy told them their ships arrived with goods.
One of Father's ships we thought lost has docked in the harbor, and it's the largest of our ships, filled with goods, no doubt.
Before the father sets off, he promises his 2 ugly daughters for a dress and Beauty for a red rose.
I'll be back in a few days. Whoa, horsey!
Come back in the carriage, Father. A fine, beautiful carriage
Dude, the horse is walking in a steady pace. What's with the exaggeration? Whoa! So the father arrived to the ship to see his wet cargo.
No.
Aye, as you can see, she took on much water during the typhoon.
My spices! They're ruined! These tea leaves are useless. Silk. It's good for nothing now.
So much for celebrating too soon. Just because your goods came doesn't mean you're automatically wealthy. Plus, the leaves seem to be in a good state, and silk can be dried up. It may not be much, but it's something. Anyway, the father is back to riding his horse to get home, but then the horse got scared and manages to split the trees in two because of how tired it is. And he sees the castle and decided to crash in, eats the food, and fall asleep. The next day, he wakes up and gets ready to leave. Before he leaves, he picks up the rose when suddenly...
So this is how you repay all my kindnesses?
Ah, what a horrendous sight. He's so scary. While we're on the subject on the beast's appearance, a local high school called up. They really need their mascot back.
After all I've done for you, opening my home to you, giving you food and lodging, you dare to take what is not offered you? You dare to steal from me?
Oh, please, generous Lord. I mean no harm.
Don't call me Lord. I am a beast.
His roar is as weak as watered-down beer.
See, I took the rose only as a gift from my daughter, Beauty.
A daughter, you say?
Anyway, the beast tells the father to bring Beauty to die in his place in exchange for treasure to pay off his debts. Back at the field, he gave her the gift.
Oh, Father, you brought me my rose.
Yes, cherish it, my dear, for it will cost me my life.
What do you mean?
Then the father tells the family about the beast and how he had to give up his daughter. Or so we thought. The next day, Beauty and her father are ready to set off to the castle until...
Now I know I've done the right thing by letting him kill me instead of...
Instead of who, Father?
Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It was something. You were going to say something.
Be still, Pauline.
It's Beauty, isn't it?
Her gasp convinced me as well. So much emotion was put into that gasp. So Beauty and her father arrived at the castle and we get to see the beast making his entrance like a WWE wrestler.
Made this trip of your own free will?
Yes, I gladly put myself in my father's place.
Bravely said, but you seem not so brave when first I entered this room.
I swear this version of the beast is trying too hard to be fearful and intimidating, and it is not working. The father begs for the beast to die in her place, but the beast denied the offer and told him he could stay in for the night, but he will have to leave in the morning. The next day rolls around. Beauty and her father bid their farewells, in which the beast watches him leave with his horses. Wow, what an appropriate song choice for a moment that's supposed to be heartbreaking. Imagine in the Disney version, they did the same thing, replacing the sad music with happy-go-lucky music.
I'm ready. I don't have any regrets.
Then why are you shifting your eyes so quickly? Are you lying to yourself, or are you planning an escape from the beast?
Well, I should hope not, dearie.
Here we get introduced to Clip Art Mrs. Potts, who's the beast's caretaker. And as you keep watching it, my audience, you will eventually see she's a very pointless character.
Oh, I've just got to fix these doors someday.
And apparently you can't even tell the difference between a window and a door.
The name's Clara. I'm the cook. I'm also the housekeeper, the gardener, and in a pinch, I can do a bit of magic.
And she only got magic because, why not? It was never explained.
It looks to me like you could use a little meat on those bones.
But where's the beast?
Wait, what do you want him for? Just to get a piece of his meat? Sweetie, what?
No, I mean, I thought he was going to...
Kill you? I frightened you, didn't I? I frightened everyone.
Let's be real here. He is the most intimidating creature we have ever encountered. Ah, don't maul me alive, beast. So the beast spared her life into having her live in the castle where she can do whatever she wants under one condition. To never leave. So Beauty goes to her bedroom Clara set up for her. It's not a bad looking room, but the dresses are bigger than her. That same night, Beauty is asleep until a fairy appears with a nearly 20-second conversation.
Hello, Beauty. I am the fairy of the castle.
And you've come to tell me Beast is really kind and gentle, no matter what he looks like on the outside?
No, I come to warn you not to be fooled by him. He may act gently, but it is only to hide a heart of stone. Beware of the beast, Beauty. Beware of him.
Oh, Clara, the greenhouse is so wonderful.
Yeah, sure it is.
Just imagine, it's winter outside, yet we have all these beautiful flowers in here.
Yeah, it's just great.
I love how Clara is so disinterested with this conversation about roses, as if it doesn't appeal to her at all.
Clara, you've been here for a long time, haven't you?
Huh. Too long, if you ask me.
What do you think of Beast?
Honey, I make it a point never to talk about my boss.
Why not, though? Why don't you tell her? Is there something that you're hiding and you wouldn't give it away? You know what? I'm not gonna keep asking. Later that same day, Beauty and Beast were having dinner and he suggested they should go to the balcony. Here we see the same scene from the beginning of the movie, but since it's been spoiled, it's pointless and ineffective.
You dance so well.
Even a beast can love music. But aren't you afraid to be in the arms of a monster like me?
There are many men more monstrous than you. I would rather be in the arms of a beast whose heart is good than in those of a handsome man who is evil inside.
Oh, Beauty. Oh, Beauty.
I'm coming for that booty.
This has been a glorious night, Beast. How can I thank you?
By being my wife, won't you marry me, Beauty? How foolish of me to think you might accept.
Dear Beast, I will always be your friend.
What the fuck?
And yet there is nothing I would refuse you.
Nothing?
Nothing in all the world.
Then let me visit my father.
You do not know what you ask. If you leave me, then I shall die of loneliness.
Ugh, I'm such an edgy 14-year-old and that is deep, Beauty. I'm actually a 14-year-old in my soul who self-diagnosed themselves with depression to fit in with the cool kids. I've been on Tumblr for 5 hours and the post encourages me to, well, create art on my arms. I self-diagnosed based on a personality test I found on BuzzFeed instead of going to professional.
Alright, let me shut up. There's barely any character development in the Beast, despite the fact he kept Beauty enslaved for a year and a half. In the Disney version, the Beast let Belle go because he grew fond of her and cared for her, and he notices how much Maurice meant to her, and they known each other for a month or so? So the Beast gave her a teleportation ring where she will wake up to her family and stay with them for a week by twisting it or something. And they resumed dancing by spinning around, which is probably going to be a common thing in this series. You'll see characters dancing the same way because it's easier to animate. In the next scene, we see Beauty having a dream where she's running away from the castle, and the fairy appears, who warned her again the Beast is not someone who she should trust because he brought a couple of women who came before her. But since this is all a dream, she didn't give a shit. So Beauty wakes up in a different bedroom where she sees her father again, who seems to be doing just fine without her. This is the most wholesome reunion I have ever seen, especially when Beauty is focusing on the wall or high on ketamine. The next scene comes in and we see the family having a conversation about her return. Now this is the part where it made me think that this family are sociopaths.
Beauty, now that you're back for good, we can all enjoy the treasure the Beast gave Father.
But Robert, I promised Beast I could only stay for 1 week. If I stay any longer, he will die.
Then let him die.
What? Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh Jesus. What is this family? And that gives an idea for the sisters who are jealous of Beauty because they think she'll steal their men and want her to suffer into her being jealous with them. So the end of the week came, where Beauty is bidding farewell, but the sisters put on an Academy Award-winning acting to convince her to stay a little longer. To which Beauty says,
Well, I suppose I could stay 1 more day.
Even though the Beast said he couldn't stand to be separated from her for more than a week. So the next day comes in and her sisters takes her out to the ice skating just to have a sibling bond to distract her from returning until Clara appears to pick her up.
Clara, what are you doing here?
Trying to save Beast's life, as if you cared.
I think it's hypocritical on your part, Clara. What were you doing in the castle if you're not looking out for him? He was outside the balcony for a whole week and you can't try to distract him from Beauty? You could have used your magic to perk him up or something. And I guess your use of magic are incredibly pointless and doesn't amount to anything with the plot. So Beauty and Clara use the ring to teleport them back at the castle, where Beauty runs around where she eventually sees the Beast in the same spot, dying from loneliness.
You're alive, Beast. You're alive.
Alive, but dying. You forgot your promise to me.
Not my Beast. No. No. What have I done? What have I lost? I would marry you, Beast.
So Beauty, not only you reconsider your choice in marrying him when he's dying, but you're the worst traitor in the world. But with the power of her tears, he's about to evolve into the most powerful Pokemon in the world.
I dreamt I heard the words I have waited so long to hear, that you would marry me.
It was no dream, my Beast. I will marry you gladly. But where is my Beast?
Bitch, you have 2 eyes. He's literally right in front of you.
I am he. Many years ago.
Wait, hold the phone. That's Prince Eric. What the hell happened between you and Ariel?
Many years ago, a spell was placed on me by an evil fairy, and I was imprisoned in a beast's body. Only if a woman pure of heart would agree to marry me could the spell be broken.
The explanation of the prince's curse is bland and flavorless. It's just an evil fairy did. The problem is, we couldn't get to see it happen. Then we see Clara grabbing the fairy from before, whom she caught off screen. And also Clara barely did jack shit to help Beauty. Earlier, Beauty even told her about the fairy from that night, and Clara didn't even bother to say, "Oh, that's just my sister who's trying too hard to be manipulative. Ignore her." But no! She simply brushed it off as if Beauty was lying. And it seems to me that Clara knows what her sister had been doing and didn't even use her magic to stop her or anything.
Beauty, to show my gratitude to you for breaking my sister's evil spell, you and your prince will rule this land forever.
This caused Beauty to change into her dress and the prince into a different eyebrow color. So yay, happy ending where they spin non-stop. And that concludes The Beauty and the Beast from 1992. And it's pretty terrible. Let me explain. The characters are unlikable. Starting with Beauty, she's a wooden board. She makes me think of Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy, and even Plank is more expressive than her. Her father seems like he doesn't give a shit about her, leaving her to die with all that treasure, and he seems to be having fun while she's in prison. That is why in some versions of the story, they made him ill. Her sisters are very annoying. They would complain about not having jewels and dresses when they know their father is having financial issues. Not only that, their crying is unbearable and painful. Her brothers are bland and a bunch of sociopaths. The Beast is a tryhard, and Clara is useless. The story is loosely based on the original story for Villeneuve, but since they have a 48-minute runtime, they rushed it so it was not properly told. If they want to make a film based on the original tale, fine, but try to add something that can entertain the audience. The worst part about it is that half of the film focuses on Beauty's father, so there's barely any time for Beauty and Beast to develop chemistry. Did I mention Beauty was in there for a year and a half? The Beast didn't learn jack shit on how to learn to love other people, so what the hell have they been doing? The animation is subpar with some hiccups such as this "why am I here" face. Other than that, it sucks balls. I hope you guys enjoyed the first installment of the series, and I will love to do more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye!
You'd never think to look at